Now, I think it's safe to say that Bitcoin is used as a barometer to kind of gauge the performance of the blockchain markets at any given time. So today we're going to look at Bitcoin. It's sitting at 16.4K. Should you be worried? Should you be buying? Should you be selling? Let's check it out. And the way I kind of see this particular valuation where we are right now, if we look at the year to date, we can see we've chopped down. Can you believe that? All the way from $47.5K dollars down to these lows that we're seeing right here. I mean, that's just unbelievable in my opinion, how things were so different just at the start of this year and how things collapsed so quickly following the Terra Luna crash. Guys, let's talk about Bitcoin. We can see crypto bubbles. We are getting a bit of a relief bounce here for all things crypto. Ethereum is back up over $1,200. Bitcoin is sitting at a $315 billion market capital despite the bear market. So things are still looking pretty good. And lots of the top 50 coins are getting a nice bounce here on the particular weekly time frame. So we may have actually put through a bottom here in the market. So maybe that 15K-ish level was truly the bottom for Bitcoin. There is still downside continuation or potential, but you know, things are still very much rocky in the markets. If you're new to the channel, do also subscribe to this YouTube channel, Jacob Crypto Bury. I'm your host here today. I'll be sticking around throughout the entire bear market. I'm doing a $1,000 giveaway of Dash to Trade, and you can enter simply by subscribing. So definitely do that because the winner is announced in just 2 days. So what is happening with Bitcoin? Let's actually really kind of break this down and understand what is going on. I'm just going to move this lot to the side so we can see every single market cycle dating back to 2011 over here. We always get overextended into the overbought region, which is this red territory at the top on the logarithmic regression chart. And this red overvaluation phase reflects, you know, euphoria, greed, excitement. It's the peak of a parabolic bull market, and effectively it kind of reflects the end of a bull cycle. And then you go down into a downtrend into the green section of the logarithmic scale, which is known as an accumulation range. And on average, this increases more and more over time. So we can see that on this particular instance in 2011, the market's corrected around 94%. We went into the green zone accumulation range, then we went into another bull run. We hit this red stage in 2013. We come up to $1,200, corrected by 86% into the green range, touching on that 200-week moving average. And you see, every time you're in green, you start accumulating, you ride up to the next bull run. This is the famous one where we hit $19,400 in 2017 and then corrected down 83% to about $3,000. We had COVID-19 over here. Over in March 2020, we saw a bottom of $4,000. Again, we're in that green logarithmic regression zone. So we're seeing a pattern here. Every time we're in the green zone, we're undervalued, we're in a bear market. That's what that means. The green zone is a bear market, and that's exactly where we are now, guys. We're in this bear market here. Historically, if you did buy into the green zone of the logarithmic regression band, you're setting yourself up well for the future. You're riding the wave to the next bull market cycle, which could be anywhere up to $100,000 by the next crypto bull run, in my honest opinion. On the particular cycle that we're seeing now, we topped out, we've crumbled in price, we had the Terra Luna crash, we had the FTX tragedy as well, and we can see that the price has corrected from the all-time high of $69,000 all the way down to around about 15,600. So that was our bottom. It's a 77% correction. You could assume there is still space for more downside, even to $11,000, with where we would see an 84% correction. Maybe more pragmatically, a correction of 80% to $13,100. So that is actually a prediction of mine. I think we could certainly see that happen for Bitcoin right now. So we are hovering here. We had a massive weekly red candle week commencing the 7th of November because of FTX, so that caused a lot of capitulation and fear in the markets. Now, if we move into a smaller time frame, maybe the daily, you can see on this BLX chart we are starting to print a bit of a descending channel, a triangle pattern, which is quite concerning, to be honest. You could see this as a bit of a bearish pattern here, a bearish continuation pattern, and if we do lose this support here, or $15,500, we will see continuation down to the 13 and 14K level. So it's very important that Bitcoin does get a bounce out of this descending triangle and get a bounce up to about 19.7K, which is kind of what I think could happen over the next few weeks and months for Bitcoin. So let's see what happens with this particular trading pattern. Also looking over here on the Bitcoin chart rather than the BLX, we can still see, reflecting that the 15.6K is a very, very big area of support. So we don't want to lose that. We are getting rejected at resistance pardon me, on the upper trend line here, the resistance trend line of $16,500. I would like to see a reversal up to about that $17,600 level. This is perfect. If we can get a bounce to this particular level, things will be looking rather good, in my honest opinion, for Bitcoin. Now, what are the whales doing? What are rich people doing? What is just generalized normal people also doing with their crypto? Are they accumulating? Are they buying? Well, in my honest opinion, I think buying Bitcoin now looks like a really, really good idea if you have a long-term vision. If you do want gains sooner, you can check out the pre-sales down below in the links and description box, and also actually hop into my Discord channel where we're also talking about the same pre-sales with 10x potential. We've got Robot Era, Kavaria, Dash to Trade, IMBT, and even if you don't like pre-sales, it's worth getting into my Discord channel listed down below as well. So come and say hi, don't be shy. So yeah, if you're after gains quicker, altcoins pre-sales are definitely a thing, but if you're a long-term patient investor, definitely buying around now, guys. It really could pay off a lot of dividends in the long run. I mean, if we were to actually see the price of Bitcoin come up to $100,000 from here, you're looking at like a nice 6 to 7x from current price levels. We are seeing the returns on bull market cycles diminish as time goes on, but we're also seeing less volatility and a higher floor price and fair value for Bitcoin, which reflects massive strength and global adoption of the market. So what is going on? I'm going to show you something interesting. This is the top 100 richest Bitcoin wallets. We can see, just looking at some of them, you've got the Binance Cold Wallet, Bitfinex, holding extortionate amounts of Bitcoin, like $4 billion worth in one single address. That's crazy. And we can see, just looking through the top 100, some of these are commercial, some are retail, some are business, and some are just normal people. If we look at the 100th wallet, for example, we can see they've been adding a lot of Bitcoin recently, 164 million worth right there. And these three addresses actually have the exact same amount of Bitcoin almost, which is very odd. A lot of them have just 10,000 in holding, and then you have some others that are accumulating slowly as we see. They're entering deposits, and it looks like we're actually getting more deposits. We're getting more inflow of Bitcoin at the moment than outflow of Bitcoin. Another cool thing to look at is the distribution. So how many people are holding 0.1 to 1 Bitcoin in their addresses? Well, if we looked at 3 months ago, we can see 2.89 million people were holding 0.1 to 1 Bitcoin in their wallet, and now it's gone up to way over 3 million. So that's like a crazy amount of accumulation. If we go 3 months ago, again, looking at 1 to 10 Bitcoin, you had 749,000, and now it's moved to 802,000. So an extra 50,000 unique wallet addresses now hold 1 to 10 Bitcoin. That's a lot of new whole coiners, ladies and gents. That reflects a lot of buying pressure and accumulation, even during the most fearful parts of the market. So it's really, really crazy to actually see this. Just a little reminder, I'm doing a $1,000 giveaway, so do subscribe to enter this one. And let's move on to the next topic, which is crypto market today. BlockFi files for bankruptcy protection. MakerDAO rejects $500 million proposal to invest in bonds, and Bitcoin slides. Crypto prices dropped amid continued market contagion, triggering by the FTX collapse earlier this month. Key takeaways: BlockFi has about 257 million cash on hand. That's good. According to the company's petition, BlockFi's executives estimate that the company has more than 100,000 creditors, and checked off the ranges. The company's largest creditors include West Realm Shires Incorporated, the legal name for FTX US, which has a 275 million unsecured claim. So it's a very rocky year for all things crypto, and the future is uncertain. But the media, the news, loves to spin the narrative and make things look extremely scary, as of course we sit in the extreme fear market sentiment for more and more time in extreme fear. If we look at this year alone, it has been just a very, very fearful year. We've been spending a lot of time down, sub 30 fear and greed index. If we look at the all-time highs, you can actually see how on a macro scale we are still dipping. The market really is subsiding. It's shriveling into nothing. We're losing a lot of trading volume and other things like that. So what else can we look at before we go? It's the rainbow chart. I love how they had to change this because Bitcoin actually fell off the scale, which was a bit anomalous. But we can see we're still in this dark blue section, which suggests that there is more downside continuation or potential downside continuation for Bitcoin. But at the moment, I do think buying now is really, in my opinion, not financial advice. This never is financial advice, but it's a really good time to be accumulating for the long run because there's no FOMO now. There's no greed. There's no bubble territory. we are just in a nice fair value, and you don't see this often. It doesn't happen often, guys, that you are in this fair valuation. So enjoy it whilst it lasts. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. Check out my Discord down below. I'd love to see you in there, guys. There's so many awesome people. And if you want to consider becoming a patron, I've got 1 slot left of my VIP holder. You're going to unlock a lot of benefits, as well as like exclusive insights to all the pre-sales that are live. So do please check out my Patreon page. It really helps support me as well in the long term for making these particular videos, and it is worth your while. You'll be getting more benefits in the Discord, as well as signals and exclusive Patreon posts as well. So it's a little way to sort of help me so I can continue helping all of you. Anyways, remember to stay crypto safe, ladies and gents. Do not fall for the scammers in the comment section, and have a blessed day. Goodbye for now.